Did you know that most commercial yogurt won't do what you think it does for your gut? I'm Dr. Michael Gartner, board-certified plastic surgeon and physician, and today I'm going to show you why most yogurt fails. Let's start with what most people get wrong about how probiotics actually work. Most people think eating yogurt means those bacteria colonize your gut permanently. The reality is much more nuanced. Your gut already contains trillions of bacteria. They form what's called a colonization resistance barrier. Think of it like an established neighborhood. New residents have a hard time moving in permanently. Most probiotic bacteria from food or supplements are transient. They pass through in days to weeks. They don't colonize forever. The real benefit isn't adding permanent new bacteria. The real benefit is changing the environment for bacteria already there. When you consume fermented foods, you create conditions that wake up dormant beneficial bacteria. Let me explain the dormant microbe concept because this is critical. Throughout your life, you've acquired beneficial bacteria from breast milk, from food, from your environment, antibiotics, junk food, and stress put these bacteria into a dormant state. When you change the environment by eating fermented foods and feeding your gut properly, they get reactivated. This is why the quality and processing of your yogurt matters so much. So let's look at what happens to yogurt in commercial production. First, the problem is post-pasteurization. Most commercial yogurts start with pasteurized milk. Manufacturers add probiotic cultures to that milk. Many then heat treat the yogurt again after culturing. This kills the live bacteria. Why do they do this? Dead bacteria create more predictable product that lasts longer on the shelves. How do you identify this? Look for live and active cultures on the label. If it doesn't say this, the bacteria are likely dead. The second problem is fermentation time. Traditional yogurt is fermented 8 to 24 hours. This long fermentation creates high bacterial concentration. Commercial yogurt is fermented for only 1 to 2 hours. The result is lower bacterial counts, more lactose remaining in the final product. The third problem is that bacteria die during storage. Time and temperature fluctuations kill bacteria. By the time you eat commercial yogurt, the bacterial count is much lower than the label suggests when it's manufactured. The fourth problem is what manufacturers add to the yogurt to make it thick. Long fermentation changes milk proteins over time, creating a thick texture naturally. Commercial production shortcuts this process. They add thickeners instead. The fifth problem is sugar content. A 6-ounce serving of a flavored yogurt contains approximately 25 grams of sugar. Here's the irony. Sugar feeds pathogenic bacteria, the ones you don't want. You're eating a so-called probiotic food that may be feeding bad bacteria more than the good bacteria. This doesn't mean all yogurt is bad. It means commercial flavored yogurt with short fermentation times and lots of sugar isn't the health food it's marketed as. Here's how to find yogurt that actually benefits your gut. The first criteria is live and active cultures. This means the bacteria are alive when packaged. They still die over time, but at least you're starting with viable bacteria. The second criterion is minimal ingredients. The best yogurt has milk and bacterial cultures only. The third criterion is no added sugar. Choose plain, unflavored yogurt. You can add your own fruit, honey, or berries at home. Fourth criteria, whole milk is preferred. Full fat yogurt is more satisfying. Reduced fat versions often add sugar and thickeners to compensate for the removal of fat. The fifth criteria is grass-fed when possible. It has a better omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, more vitamin A, E, K2. This isn't essential, but it's better if your budget allows. Now, let me show you options that may work even better than yogurt for gut health. The first option is kefir. Kefir is more sour than yogurt, but more probiotic diverse. How to use kefir? Drink it plain or blend it with berries. Use it with smoothies. You can make it at home with kefir grains, which are reusable indefinitely. The second option is sauerkraut and fermented vegetables. Sauerkraut is exceptional for gut health for multiple reasons. First, cabbage is rich in polyphenols. Your gut microbiome microbes love these compounds. Second, the fiber in the cabbage acts as prebiotics. This is the food your resident microbes need to thrive. Third, fermentation creates diverse bacterial strains, often more diverse than yogurt. When shopping for sauerkraut, it must be refrigerated, not shelf-stable. Shelf-stable sauerkraut has been pasteurized, which means the bacteria are killed. Ingredients should be cabbage, salt, and maybe spices. That's it. Third option is probiotic supplements. Choose supplements with multiple strain diversity, not just one strain. Check if it needs refrigeration or if it's shelf stable with proper packaging. Supplements have limitations though. Like yogurt, most probiotic strains are transient. The benefits last while you take them and diminish when you stop. Now let's look at the bigger picture of gut health. Think of your gut like a garden. You can add seeds, which are the probiotic from the food or supplements. But if the soil is terrible, those seeds won't grow. You need to improve the soil, which is your gut environment. What creates a healthy gut environment? Fiber from vegetables. Fiber feeds beneficial bacteria. It helps create short-chain fatty acids. Diverse vegetables mean diverse gut bacteria. Second, polyphenols from colorful plants. Think berries, dark chocolate, coffee, and tea. Beneficial bacteria thrive on these compounds. Third, adequate protein for gut lining repair and immune function. Good sources include meat, fish, eggs, and legumes. Fourth, healthy fats to support gut barrier function and provide anti-inflammatory effects. Good sources are olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish. What destroys the gut environment? Excess sugar and refined carbohydrates feed pathogenic bacteria, create inflammation, and disrupt bacterial balance. Chronic stress directly affects gut bacteria composition. Stress management isn't optional for gut health. Inadequate sleep matters. You need 7 to 9 hours for optimal gut health. Unnecessary antibiotics kill beneficial bacteria along with harmful ones. Only use them when medically necessary. Here's how to actually use this with a practical daily protocol. In the morning, eat 1 cup of plain whole milk yogurt or kefir with berries. Throughout the day, eat 5 to 7 cups of vegetables with a focus on variety. Get adequate protein at each meal. Include healthy fats with each meal. Limit added sugar to a minimum. Weekly, include different fermented foods for bacterial diversity. Rotate between yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and fermented pickles. Variety in fermented foods means variety in beneficial bacteria. Here's a timeline for results. Week 1 to 2, you may notice improved digestion. Some people experience temporary gas or bloating as the gut adjusts. This is normal and usually passes. In week 3 to 4, digestion should feel noticeably better. You'll have more regular bowel movements and less bloating. By month 2 to 3, immune function improves. Inflammation markers decrease. Long-term, maintained gut health supports overall health, better aging, and reduced disease risk. Gut health isn't about probiotics. It's about the complete environment. Sleep, stress management, whole foods, and fermented foods all work together. No single food is magic, but the combination is powerful. Take care of your gut and it will take care of you. Here's to looking better and living longer.